Oh my gosh, Taiwan, that's the best. It was shocking. I've never seen human beings like melt like a candle before. I could do that forever. You know, everybody asks me if we're just spending all of our day in front of a green screen. I'm like, no, we're actually on these incredible sets and like out in the elements.
But it's so nice finding yourself isolated from what I would think of as my normal life. All of these locations have been characters and they all contribute to elements in the film.
There was a common goal of creating something magical on film that looked really authentic. You know, you can't build sets like that.
I think it's so visceral. Shooting in these extraordinary locations. There's nothing that says dig in more than a crew that's up to here in the mangroves water, but also as the tide's coming in, that they're still shooting. And it's just sort of out of body to be finding myself in Jurassic World.
Nice to see you in person.
Oh my gosh, Taiwan, that's the best. I spent like almost over a month in Taipei.
Yeah, shooting Lucy, right?
Yeah, best city, loved it. So fun.
Thank you, and you're always welcome. And you guys come together.
Yeah, Taipei is awesome.
I've come. I've been there. I was there for 2 weeks.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah, in the 90s playing basketball.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so I know you are fans of the original Jurassic Park. And what's it like when you first day on set?
It was shocking. Our first day on set was crazy because they brought us to, we got to Krabi in Thailand, like set our bags down and everything. Had like a couple of days to do some costume fittings and get to know each other a little bit. And then they were like, okay, then we're gonna pick you up at 6 a.m., drive you 3 hours to a pier, then you're gonna take a boat to an island, and then take another boat to another island, and you guys are gonna like, basically there's like a whole trek you have to do down to this national park and get to this beach. Anyway, it was an adventure, and when we got there, we immediately had a 6-hour monsoon. So the entire set slid away basically in mud, and it was like hectic. We were on the beach, like at times the beach would grow, so it would be huge and baking, and then they'd be like, we have to get this set up because in 20 minutes the beach is gonna shrink and like all our equipment will wash away, and then all of a sudden it would be crazy windy and we'd have to like duck for cover. I mean, it was insane.
Also, it happened to be one of the most important scenes of the film, where we all land on the beach
and kind of explain how we're gonna.
That was the first day?
That was our first day. Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
And I remember just looking at our castmates, and I've never seen human beings like melt like a candle before. It was like, look over, Mahershala, Rupert, Bashir, everybody just
I was just reliving
melting.
that day though, but do you remember the you'd have to get off a boat and there would be like you'd have to kind of walk a plank that was floating in the sea.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you'd see the whole crew with jelly legs just going, just to get on land.
Water.
Yeah, that was the biggest act of survival.
And I think it's Duncan say to you in a movie, I mean, Mahershala, your character, Duncan, say to you in a movie, say that you can keep doing this forever. So do you personally relate to that line in your work or?
I don't know. I mean, some people do it forever and they do it really well, I think.
Well, Scarlett's directed her first film this year.
Great.
Great.
And maybe that is a way to prolong it, in my opinion, of like doing all kinds of stuff in the effort to make film, and whether it's producing or working with writers or finding stuff for other actors to do, or what, I like all of that part too. I could do that forever.
But I think the messages from Duncan is to find your fulfillment.
Right.
Right, on some level. And I think Duncan knows Zora well enough to know that she's not necessarily fulfilled by this work. She's been doing it for a long time. But I don't think it's holistically feeding her. So I think that's really the message, is to find your fulfillment.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say to the fans in Taiwan? Maybe you say hi or welcome to Jurassic World.
Oh yeah. Hi everybody in Taiwan.
Hey.
We hope you guys enjoy Jurassic World as much as we did making it. You're in for a treat.
We know you're gonna enjoy this movie.
Mayday, mayday. Mayday, mayday.
The theme park owners did experimental work, leaving only the worst ones here.
Mayday. Mayday, mayday.
Hang on!
survival is a long shot.